Wagwan, my people. I mean, I can't even. The Spider-Man trailer dropped a couple of hours ago. I watched it literally about 5 minutes ago, and now we are going to watch it together. It is looking tasty, my guys. It is looking tasty.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
We've got a bit of I do love Marissa Tomei. She is stunning. Yeah, we got a bit of John Favreau back as well. Love a bit of the Fav. He's great, and they've got a bit of chemistry going on. I like that Aunt May's now in on the whole Spider-Man thing. I like that a lot. But obviously this film's going international. I don't know how I feel about him leaving New York. I feel New York's integral to Spider-Man, man. But we'll get into that. It is looking really good. I love the chemistry that all these characters have. These are all really good little actors. Really good little actors.
Pretty too.
They got great chemistry, those two. But yes, it's Nick Fury! Nick Fury! You got the coolest motherfucker in comics, played by the coolest motherfucker in the world. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I'm fully on this. I'm sold. And they go to London! My fucking London, bruv! My fucking town! Mate! And there's a fire dude, yeah. Now, and now this looks like Hydro Man. But guys, here it comes. Oh, Mysterio! Dude, right. Me and my brother, our collective favourite supervillain is Mysterio. We've always loved him. Both of us, Mysterio, Venom, we love all the Spider-Man characters, but Mysterio, me and my brother, we're both huge movie fans. We've always been big into movies, and the origins of Mysterio, his name's Quentin Beck, and he's like a special effects artist in Hollywood, and he's like top of his game, and then making a movie in New York, and one of his special effects go wrong. And it endangers the life of the whole crew. And Spidey comes in and saves everyone. And he then gets sacked. So he uses his special effects know-how to become a supervillain. And I love that. I love that. It's just, for me, that's... I love that concept. I've always been a fan of Mysterio, and my brother as well. He's our guy. He's our villain. He's the villain we've always wanted to see in a movie, and we're actually getting him. I cannot believe it, if I'm perfectly honest. I never thought I'd see the day. I'm so pumped for this. And it's Jake Gyllenhaal, just to top it off. What I think's happening is we've got the rock monster, and we've got the water monster, and we've got the fire monster. So here's the rock monster. Now, that could be Sandman. It could be. Or it could just be generic rock monster. I don't know what else it could be from the comics, but it could be Sandman. Now, on that basis, this thing... Here we go. Okay, so we've got this fire monster. I don't know what that could be. I don't know what that could be. I'm not as well versed in the comics as I'd like to be. But it could be generic fire monster. And then obviously we got this thing, which now that could be Hydro Man, or it could be generic water monster. Now the reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm saying generic water monster, generic rock monster, what I reckon is actually happening is I reckon the Mysterio character here, I reckon what he's doing is he's manufacturing these big creatures to cause a ruckus all over the world, and then he shows up and saves everyone. So I reckon his character arc is basically going to be Syndrome from the first Incredibles film. That's what I reckon is going to be. I reckon this looks like the first encounter, and when he attacks Hydro Man. That looks like it's going to be the first encounter, and it looks like Spidey isn't in his Spidey outfit. But what I reckon will happen is that later appearances of all these other creatures, before Mysterio can show up, Spider-Man will show up, and Mysterio won't get the credit, and he'll get pissed off, and then he'll start to show his true colours. That's what I reckon we can expect. the bad guy who's manufacturing these scenarios in order to make himself out to be the hero. I couldn't be more excited for this film. I really couldn't. I really couldn't. Look at... Ah! Guys, I'm really pumped for this. I wasn't even the biggest fan of Spider-Man Homecoming. I still really liked it. But, you know, I still prefer the original Tobey Maguire films. This one, though... Ooh. But look, let's go through some of this stuff. So, like, we got Aunt May, obviously aware that Peter is Spider-Man now. And I love that. I love that. I think that there's always been... I think the actress who played her in the Tobey Maguire films was called Rosemary Harris, I think her name was. And I felt that she always played Aunt May as if she knew. Like, she'd always say exactly what he'd need to hear the moment he'd need to hear it. And obviously, Aunt May has been aware in the comic books. I mean, there was certainly a story I seem to recall. She's like, I've always known who you are. I've always known. But I can't remember what the story was. I'm sure if you know, if you're a comic book fan, let me know in the comments below and I'll credit you. And I'm really happy that Happy Hogan's back. I love Jon Favreau. I think it's a bit of a shame that he didn't get to direct Iron Man 3. Look, I'm going to say something controversial. This man makes better Iron Man films than Shane Black. I like Shane Black. I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is amazing. One of the best Robert Downey Jr. films you can see. You give me more Peter and MJ, you know, awkwardly flirting, I'll be happy. And they shouldn't get together. It's very rare that you get someone who's even cooler in real life to play a character who's cool. But yeah, look guys, this is looking great. This is looking like a great film, and I'm happy to see that we'll be in London. My manor, my tan. But yeah, this is looking nice. But oh look. Right, again, it's so quick, this moment. But the black suit. The stealthy Spider-Man suit. Because it's obviously not the Venom suit. It's obviously not the symbiote. That's like a stealthy Spidey suit. That's looking nice. That's looking sharp, my guy. Give me more of this. More of this, please. I do reckon Mysterio is concocting all of this so he can play himself out to be a hero. I reckon that's what the plot's going to be. Yeah, look at that. Look at him. Look at him. It's Mysterio. It's actually Mysterio. It's actually him on a screen. Can't believe it. I'm so happy. This is the shit I live for, man. This is the shit I live for. I'm sold. I'm sold. I wasn't going to hold my breath on this film. I mean, we'd already gotten an amazing Spider-Man film in the animated one that came out at the end of last year. I think it's still out in cinemas now. We've got that one, and now this trailer drops. It's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan. If you're like me and you love Spidey, hold on to your hats, boys, because it is an amazing time to be a Spider-Man fan. I hope there's more, though. I do hope. I am hoping to see other villains, if I'm perfectly honest. I think that Homecoming did such a good job in balancing. You had the Vulture, but then you also had like these other smaller characters which are villains in the comic books. You got Shocker, you got the Tinkerer, and I liked that we got smaller versions of these characters, you know, so I would like to see that. So obviously, if that was Sandman and he's just playing a smaller role, that'd be cool. And if that is Hydro Man, he's just playing a smaller role, that'd be cool. But I don't think that's the case. I think Mysterio is creating these situations. But guys, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Just my first sort of, you know, attitudes and responses to it, sort of breaking down things that, I mean, I'm not going to go into like, I'm not going to start looking into like the background and stuff. And we can, it's pretty obvious that sometimes they're in Venice, sometimes they're in London. That's probably Italy as well. That's probably Venice again. I don't know. But they certainly end up in Venice. They certainly end up in London. I'm not going to go into all the details in the background. But hopefully you're just as excited as I am, because this is going to be... I'm pumped, man. I am pumped. I reckon this is going to be the Spider-Man film to watch. Just you wait. Just you wait. If I'm perfectly honest, though, I do think Spidey is the one character you shouldn't go international with. I think he is New York. At his core, he needs to be in New York. That New York is just as integral to the Spider-Man character as anything else to do with Spider-Man, I feel. And I think there's so many other... If you want to go international with your superhero films, that's fine. Obviously, you know, there are other characters that it would be easier to do it with, and it would probably make more sense to do it with. Iron Man, certainly. Captain America, you could go all over America. You could go international with him as well. Thor, he's intergalactic, so I suppose he's got that covered. I don't know if Spider-Man is the character that you do it with. I don't know if that's the character you do it with. Maybe. Time will tell. So guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you're as excited for this shit as I am. My God. I'm pumped, man. I am pumped. I feel like a kid again. This is my childhood imagined into reality. So, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more. I haven't done one of these sorts of videos in a while, but I'm going to get back into it. So thanks very much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.